Right, folks, hello, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. Might be on in morning, afternoon, or whatever. Right, this project turns out into one of my favourite projects I've done, and I've gone into this with no plan whatsoever. I just thought I'd try and sketch a few ideas, but, I just went with the flow in the end. Like some of all the best things that you do sometimes, like when you go out for a night out and, it's all planned and it don't go to plan, but then you might just go out on a night out or somewhere off the cuff, last minute, and it's one of the best times ever. This is the sort of vibe I got from this project that I was doing here. So I'm using here 8x1 pine. I will put a cut list in the description for you, but you can interpret this to whatever sizes you want to cut it. You can use different wood. And I've got a new gadget, look. It's for my Hoover, vacuum, vacuum. We call them Hoovers here in the UK, but it's a vacuum. Getting the finger eater going there. So I'm just measuring it out to my measurements. I will put dimensions in the description with the cut list of the overall dimensions of what I've made this to give you an idea. I am working on learning to do something so I can put plans together and stuff like that, so I can offer them up to people, but that'll be way into the future. Not yet, so I will put your cut list down from now on, and I will put you the dimensions of the item I make down, and then you can interpret it to whatever you can. I'm not good with SketchUp and all that kind of stuff. It's a learning curve for me, and I'm not very good with computers and stuff like that. I'm getting on a bit now in life, and you know what us olders are like. We don't like anything technical, but I'm learning. I know if I can stick to my woodwork and show you my videos, that's all well and good to me. So I'm just going through here. These cuts are critical. These have got to be super accurate for the sides I'm making. It's all to do with squareness, so just make sure all your external dimensions for this project are super accurate, and let me know where you're all from. I always ask you, let me know what projects you're all doing, and give me some ideas what you want to see me making. So again, I'm just going in here with my Makita. Now my miter saw can do this sort of cutting 8x1, but you can use a saw, an hand saw, or whatever you've got. I've just got this saw. I've had this saw for years, as I've told you before in previous videos, and I'm not really wanting to part with it, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I was talking about getting a cordless electric sort of thing, but I'd be stupid really to let this me Makita go. It's been with me. I get attached to things. Have you got a tool that you're attached to? It sounds odd. It's a tool. It's not like a pet, is it? But you sort of get attached to them, don't you? So this is for... Oh, there he is, look. Sneaking round the corner, creeping up on me. So I'm just cutting out for the stand or the feet for this. I'm using... This is some 6x1 I've put on its side. And this is to my own design. But you can use whatever design you want. You'll see the design in the end of the video. But if you want to do your own design, you can do. You just got to make sure it's super solid. My jigsawing's getting better, as you can see. Just taking my time. So I'm just drilling some pilot holes here. I'm going to go to... I've stacked them on top of each other here so I can get the holes lining up on each side, if that makes sense to you. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So I have marked it out there to get them all, sort of looking right, if that makes sense. So I'm just going in with a Starrett hole cutter here. I will put the dimensions, and I'll put a link to the Starrett thing. So I just go through the top one there. That behind there is not the bottom piece. That is a sacrificial board just to stop sort of tear out on this one. So one thing I'm really impressed with is this hole cutter set. First time I've used it, but the holes are super clean. And I'll go through that, do that. Now I'm just going over the edges, just to round them over, just to make them a bit more pleasing to the eye. It's not something you'd normally touch once this is all built. And no, it's not a coffee table, so don't switch off. It's not a coffee table. Yeah, and if you subscribe to the channel, that'd be most grateful. And you can go to the Buy Me a Coffee app, and anything I raise through the Buy Me a Coffee app will get put back into buying wood and bits and pieces to make these videos. So your support there would be greatly appreciated, because they do, you know, the more I'm getting on with these videos, the more they're starting to cost me to produce, and I really enjoy doing them, and I know a lot of you enjoy watching them. So, you know, long may it continue. And I'm just going here. I've got a new tool here, my new mitre gauge thing I've got. Just go through. Practice, practice, practice. That's all it's about. Watch them digits. You know, if any of you guys there see me doing anything wrong and things I can improve on, please let me know. Let me know, and I can pass all this on. So I'm just going to go sand everything now. Now, one of the last videos, I was moaning about the Cubitron paper, and one of the viewers suggested that I may have been using it wrong. I might have been going too fast. There is a bit of a technique to use with it by going a bit slower. And since I've done that, the paper's been brilliant. So it's not fake paper. It was me. And I take that on the chin, so it's something I've learned about this paper, and thank you for that viewer who put that in the comments to me. I really do appreciate it, because it is really good paper, you know. So I take back what I said. I didn't slate it anyway. I thought it was fake, because I bought it off Amazon. I know there's been sort of a lot of shenanigans going on there at the moment, but no, it's all well and good. So I'm just running over it here. This is 150 grit. It's plain wood anyway, so it's quite smooth to the touch. So I'm just wanting to get the rough edges off and just giving it a key really for the stain. Now this part here is a part of 8x1 that's going to be the bottom, and then there's going to be one at the top. So now you're getting an idea of what I'm doing and what I've done with this project. This is a culmination. What I decided as I was going on and cutting, it's like a few projects rolled into one. So you may have seen in a few of my other projects what I've done, and you'll see how I've merged it all into sort of one project here, a lot of it. So, and it comes out, and it's absolutely, in my opinion anyway, and I'd love to know your opinions, what you think of this in the end. Now, I'm not a carpenter, a joiner, a builder or anything like that. I'm just a hobby woodworker. I'm just like all yous, like I've said. Now, I reckon with a little bit of patience, beginners could easily do this project. Learning new skills like I'm just learning now with the pocket hole joinery. This is my first pocket hole joinery, and it was only like 3 videos ago or whatever it was I started using this pocket hole jig. Never used one before, and I'm finding it an absolute godsend. It really is. It's sort of like a bit of a game changer for me, this pocket hole joinery. I'm really enjoying doing it. It's really good. It's just that, because you need to learn, though, to hide them holes and little things like that. Don't forget to clamp it. And turn that drill on once you put it sort of a third way into the hole. So here, I'm just pocket holing this onto that side. What I should have done here, it's a bit of a mistake really. I should have done that the other way around. It would have made life a lot easier, and you wouldn't have seen them anyway in the final result. Just a little mistake on my part there. So here's the bench hook that I made with my little Japanese saw. Thanks to the viewer again for suggesting I make a bench hook. another little game-changing tool for me. I've got more control now over that cut. I'm taking my time with a Japanese saw. It's a pull saw, and it's, you know, takes a bit of time to get used to, believe it or not. New medium oak Morels spirit-based stain Shelley's using here. This is for the outside carcass of the item. And she's just going to mix some colours up with, you know, the internals with it. It goes on really well. Look at how well that goes on. I'll pop a link to that as well. I think we get it from Amazon. And that's where I could have put the pocket holes on that side, and it made it difficult underneath to get to screw it together. So in future, I'll put them on the top there. But what I want to know with this project is, this is something I'm thinking of maybe sort of producing and putting on for sale. Let me know what you think, whether it's a good project to sell, and let me know what you think you may be able to get in your area price wise. I've got an idea roughly of what I can charge here in the UK, but for this project, when you have a look at it at the end, let me know what you think that you would get for it wherever you are in the world. I'd be really interested to know. More pocket holes. Now what I'm doing here, I'm just making sure. Now I've got a really small table here. It's sort of skinny table, and the project's a bit too big. So what woodwork is, it's about overcoming problems, and, you know, the buzz you get from overcoming a challenge and a problem. And this was one for me, was the actual building it and erecting it. In the end, it was a bit of a nightmare because my table's too small. Just make sure you get everything super square. Take your time. Take double, triple time just doing this, because the size of it, you don't want it to look lopsided. So just make sure everything's super square. Now, these are back sections of the casing, what I'm doing. Now, what I should have done there is pocket hole in the middle going into the side. I should have just popped a couple in there. And in future, I will do. So if you ever want to make this, please do that. He demolishes all his toys. He can't have a toy, Stanley. So I'm just lining these up here. This is going to be like a backboard in here. And you'll see why I've done it this way shortly. But all it is pocket holding. But if you ever see of them two, it's on the side there to the right that's going onto the side piece. I should have just put pocket holes, or, you know, horizontally there, just popped a couple in to pull it tighter. So here again, I've got a French cleat system going on here on the inside. So I'm using Shelley's stained up in random 3 stains here, just to give it a bit of contrast. The white piece there's a spacer board. In between each one, I am using a bit of Titebond 2 glue. And I'm using, I think it's 32mm brads to put it in, and that's more than enough. And at the time of doing this voiceover, I've got this project in my front room, and they're absolutely rock solid, so there's no problems there. I was a bit concerned about this, but it turned out that it was perfect. It worked out okay in the end. Could have put bigger brad. I could have put 35mm brads in. Now, here's this where I was having trouble with the base, because my drill's too big, and you can see the pocket holes there. I'm just drilling countersinking, pilot hole in some holes to attach the actual base to the carcass here. And just take your time. Bit of glue everywhere, just because it is a base and it's going onto an heavy carcass. Glue it, screw it, get it as secure as you can. Pretty pictures, look. And then I'm just securing that onto the carcass now. So I, you know, a lot of people know I'm an antiques dealer, and My main thing was furniture, and I get inspired when I make stuff by old furniture. Now, here's it's finished. It's a bookcase room divider, display case, whatever you want to call it, with a bit of a mid-century retro vibe to it, and I love it. You can change all them shelves up, down, move them about. It's on French cleats. Let me know what you think of this. I absolutely adore it. Now, you've not seen it here in the picture, but I've got a light. I've put a little lip and a light at the top, like a sensor light. You can't see it there, which is a little addition under that lip at the top. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, look at it. There it is, dressed up. Shelley's got it filled up already. I guarantee she'll not part with this. But should I sell him? Should I not? Let me know in the comments what you'd get in your area for him. See you next time with another project. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It massively, massively helps, and I love making these videos for you. Bye-bye.